Hey guys, thank you for joining me today on Godspot. I want to talk to you about the 5 things to give yourself for Christmas. So Luke chapter 5, verse 15 through 16, it says these words, despite Jesus' plea that his miracles be kept secret, the news about him spread all the more, so that the crowds of people came to hear him and to be healed of sicknesses. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. You know, one of my favorite sayings after an exhausting event is I'm all peopled out. I need time to myself. Just recently we had a Christmas function. We had about 280 people there with our work function. And I made it that I would move around to every single table, shake everyone's hand, wishing them Merry Christmas and thanking them for coming and being a part of all that's happening in our company. By the end of the night, I got home around 11:30. I laid in bed and I said to my wife, I am all peopled out. I mean, I am done. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. I just need to be left alone. I'm pretty sure that this is what's happening in this scripture with Jesus. Jesus is no different. The crowds are around him. The multitudes are following him. They're pressing against him. They're pulling at him. They're trying to touch him. Can you imagine all these people touching you? It's just, oh, no, thank you. But these are very needy people. And you know, I think Jesus even got to that point where he was all peopled out. And that's why it says he often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. And he did that to re-energize himself, to re-energize himself emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Now, Christmas is always a busy time of the year, and it starts with carols, then it moves into shopping, then it's gifting, and then it's non-stop. Work functions, family functions, visiting these people, visiting those people, seeing friends. And I'll tell you, it's absolutely exhausting. And I think that one of the people we forget most around Christmas is ourselves, being you. And so this Christmas, I want to give you permission to take out some time for yourself and give yourself 5 gifts. What are those 5 gifts? Well, I'm glad you asked. Number 1, give yourself a break when you need one. I mean, take some time out. You're so rushed, so busy, so exhausted that if you're not careful, you're going to burn yourself out. You need to have a break. I mean, Jesus needed a break. If Jesus needed a break, how much more do you and I need a break? Number 2, give yourself grace if you make a mistake. When you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're irritable, you're going to make mistakes. That's a given. It's going to happen. You're going to say some things at the wrong time, and people are going to get offended. You're going to get the wrong gifts to the wrong people, and so on and so on. And even at work, you're going to make some mistakes because you're in a rush to get everything done by the end of the year. Well, give yourself grace if you make a mistake. You're not perfect. I know that for everyone else, you might be gracious. You need to learn to be gracious with yourself. Just stop being such a perfectionist and beating yourself up. Give yourself the gift of grace. Number 3, give yourself credit for your accomplishments. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of healthy pride about what we've done and what we've accomplished. I was asked today, how's 2024 been for you? My first response was tumultuous. It's been all over the place. It's been a very stormy year. But then I began to think about it. I thought, you know what? We've had a lot of wins this year. It's a lot of wins. I mean, at work, there's been a lot of wins. In ministry, there's just been a lot of wins relationally. It's just win-win. I mean, it's just a win-win. That was it. And I celebrate that. And I give you permission to do that. Number 4, give yourself permission to ask for help. You really need to do this. You can't do it alone. And maybe you've been doing it alone all year. Isn't it time that you ask someone to help you that you trust? I mean, there are people that God gives us along the journey of life. And they're there for us to reach out to ask for help. And one thing I know about people, they're not going to help unless you ask them. You need to ask people to help you. Finally, number 5, give yourself the same compassion you give other people. Now, we're very compassionate to other people. We feed the hungry, we give to that. We'll buy coffee, shout meals for people, buy extravagant gifts. Isn't it time you had some compassion for yourself? A bit of self-love? I mean, you need it. You need to take some time out, just like Jesus did, and re-energize yourself emotionally and spiritually and physically. Take that time, whatever it is that will help you to do that, be compassionate to yourself. Above all else, what I want to do is just wish you Merry Christmas. Take one of these gifts at least and let it be a blessing to your life. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. Have a great Christmas. Hit the like button, share with someone else. This is Scott from Godspot.